Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the ESPERIA Talon. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review, and thank you to WinRAR for assisting me by being a wingman and helping me get the best camera angles. Truly amazing. Thank you so much. Now, looking at the ESPERIA Talon in 4.2, this ship is getting a little bit of an upgrade, making it, well, may I say, a direct competitor to the Gladius, even more than it was before, and actually almost like a meta ship. It's going to join the lineup of meta ships out there, and it's going to be quite fantastic, and I'm going to tell you why in here in just a second. This ship is $115 if you're to buy it on the Pledge Store right now during Alien Week, or when it is available in future sales and promotions, or you can just buy it in game for $3,260,250 aUEC. Definitely a great price for what this ship could do for you if you're out there looking to get a fighter and, you know, do PvE, PvP. This thing is definitely able to do that. With that, this ship does have a 11 minute and 20 second claim time, or if you were to expedite it, it is 3 minutes and 46 seconds. It is a little bit higher, but it is good. It's not bad. It just gives you enough time to go to get a drink, maybe rearm yourself, do what you need to do, get ready for the next fight, and then your ship is ready. The pilot does have 1,386 burst damage per second due to the two size 4 light strike fork laser cannons on the bottom of this ship. I will tell you, those guns right there, I mean, they hit okay. It's not the greatest. 1,300 burst damage isn't bad at all, but I would say I would replace those. If you're going to do some PvP, go with the CF 447 Rhinos, or, you know, a lot of people like the attritions, but those are just way too slow for a PvP fight. Best to keep the attritions to PvE unless you really know what you're doing, but then you will get outgunned a lot of the times by CF pilots, as their rounds are going to hit you a lot quicker and a lot better than a attrition round will. So the CFs are great, or you can move into a different laser cannon or, you know, a different ballistic cannon. I did do a couple battles in PvP with this ship just to kind of see how it was. I won one of them, lost like 5 of them, just because I need to get better at flying. But this ship is still amazing. If I just could keep on target a little bit more, you know, practice myself aiming here, I think I would have won a lot more of those fights. Now, with this ship here, it does have 4 size 2 Tempest 2 missiles. So, I mean, a little bit of a missile package. Not as good as some ships out there, which is just 2 pad, but at least you got 4 of them. And if you put some rattlers on this thing, it'll be just great. It'll be fine. It'll do enough damage and have a great time with that. Now, otherwise, you do have 2 size 1 stealth shield generators giving you 2,100 bubble shield, and this is kind of the difference between this ship and the Gladius. This ship is extremely stealthy, like cross-section, EM rating, everything puts you at about 4 kilometers before you're detected, even shorter than that, honestly, depending on which, you know, stealth stuff you have on there. But 4 out the gate stock is just fantastic. By the time they even know you're coming, you're right on top of them and you're dealing damage. That is something you can change, though, if you're to take these shield generators out of there and swap them to a military grade, industrial grade, civilian grade. You can definitely up your shield generation to where the Gladius is or better, and depending on that, you might lose some of your stealth, but it's still not that dramatic of a difference, so might be worth it. Now, you do have 25,630 ship HP. This is where this changes and makes this ship even more viable. It used to be 18,000 HP. Now, it only sounds, oh, what, a 7,000 increase? I mean, first of all, the Gladius only has 7,000 HP. From the get-go, right? This ship has 25,000, and a lot of that is in those feathers and the wing parts, but through all 5, I believe it was, PvP battles, I didn't lose a wing at all. That is very not like this ship. Before 4.2, you would typically lose wings pretty quick and it would make you just impossible to control the ship and it would be a nightmare. But in 4.2, the first thing that took me out was body damage, and it took a little while. As long as you're able to circle strafe your target and hopefully play on their maneuverability, you'll stay skyborne or airborne a lot better than a lot of those ships and for a lot longer. This ship outperforms the Gladius in atmosphere as well, bar none. Easily outperforms the Gladius, and that's fantastic, which means that hopefully we'll see a lot more of these things out there than the Gladius here soon, because this ship just looks totally awesome. Now, when it comes to that ship HP increase, the body did not change. The leg right did not change. Leg lower right did not change. The feathers went from 50 HP apiece to 150 HP apiece. The component doors went from 50 HP to 150 HP apiece. Now, that sounds like it's not much, but trust me, it's a pretty dramatic difference, and you can actually tell the difference from 4.1 to 4.2. Now, the leg left and the leg lower left didn't change either. Both wings on the right and left changed. So it went from 1650 to 1850, which is great. A little bit of an HP increase, and that is honestly fantastic. Like I said, through my PvP battles, I did not notice at all losing my wings. Like, maybe one of them got yellow, but that was about it, right? So that is a fantastic change. Now, talking about that speed and maneuverability, you match the Gladius on point, as long as the Gladius isn't using blades at the time, with 225 SCM, 500 forward boost, 260 backwards boost, and a 1200 nav speed, with a total pitch yaw roll of, and you guessed it, Gladius 70, 52, 200, or boosted 84, 62, 240. Like I said, almost a direct competitor in all aspects, except for the fact that you have 2 size 4 guns instead of 3 size 3 guns. So you could output about the same amount of damage or more, just because those size 4 guns are doing, you know, more damage, more penetration for you, which is always great. And especially once we start getting engineering in, size 4, it's going to be better than a size 3 any day of the week. Where this ship kind of falls behind a little bit compared to the Gladius is its fuel. You're sitting at 8.8 SU of hydrogen fuel and 1.1 SU of quantum fuel, so it's only a slight difference. You're not going to be sitting there going, oh, you know, crying your eyes out about the loss of 0.2 SU of quantum fuel, but I mean, a slight difference is still a slight difference, and so if you were to compare the two, there is that. Now, before we jump into the PvP battles, really quick, I just want to say this ship does also have a great advantage for it compared to a lot of ships out there, and that is that you can spawn this thing on a size 1 pad. Which means if you go to an outpost on a moon or a planet or anywhere that has one of these smaller pads that you can spawn ground vehicles, you can spawn this ship. You can't do that with the Gladius. So why don't you just go to a pad, get a Nursa, and just camp out at an outpost? Every time you die, you just come back on in and get your Talon back out. You're good to go. You're out there much quicker than you would be getting from a station or a home planet, right? Now let's go ahead and take a look at those battles. All right, as you can see, I mean, this ship is extremely maneuverable, great speed. In the right hands, or even in a training pilot, this ship is going to do fantastic for you. Not every pilot you meet out there is going to be an ace pilot. And WinRAR, you did amazing. I appreciate you. But there are going to be a lot of fights out there. You can definitely win with this ship just because of just how capable it is, and I'd say a meta ship in the way that things are going right now. So really quick, before I give you my score, I did want to let you know this thing has its full components pass, and you can access its storage and weapons. So let's take a look at the front of the ship really quick. At the front, you do have one of your component access points right here. If you press F, it'll open it up, and there you go. Up component, close that on up. Now, if you want to access your storage, you got to look at the cockpit, press and hold F, and just hit open storage. At that point, you can go ahead and put whatever you need inside of your storage. Now, if you want to access your weapons locker, go ahead and come to this side of the ship here on the right side, take your gun out, open that up, and drop it on in there. Once you do that, you are good to go. You have a weapon stored, which is fantastic. Now, if you're looking for the rest of your components, oh, I put my gun up too high. There it is. There, got my gun. Now, if you're looking for the rest of the components, they will be at the back of the ship. So right on over here, there are a couple down here, and then the rest of them are at the top of the ship, which is quite surprising as always, right? So you can open those up, take a look at them, take them out, do what you need to do, which is fantastic. And then if you want the rest of your components, they will be at the very top of the ship, you know, way up there. I don't have a ladder, so can't really show you too well. But yeah, it does have its full components pass, which is fantastic. Now, let me go ahead and give you my score with this ship getting that health upgrade. It definitely changes its score from my last review, which is fantastic. An overall 90 out of 100, just because it does have great firepower, especially when you change around those weapons. It has a good amount of HP, a fantastic amount of HP, honestly. It's got more than, you know, a Hornet. You got good shield, good speed, good handling, stealth, countermeasures. Your power distribution is fantastic. You can distribute power to all your systems and still have a little bit left over. That is phenomenal, and I love that. Not many ships can say that, and that's really too bad. Otherwise, this ship, for me, 90 out of 100. Let me know what you think of the Talon, especially in 4.2, coming to you soon. The stealth on this thing is just amazing, and it looks fantastic. The new paints are just amazing. I can't get over that. I really can't. The new paints I was flying around with there a little bit. Love it. The luminary and everything. Oh, this looks great. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.